Congressman John Larson has now filed articles of impeachment against Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. The articles come after an ICE agent killed an American citizen in Minneapolis, and a federal vehicle may have struck a protester in Hartford. Larson says, quote, after a week of lies, cover-ups, and excessive force against peaceful protesters across the nation, including the execution of an American citizen, enough is enough. Larson has also vowed to introduce legislation to stop ICE from operating in communities without coordination from state and local law enforcement.